Hello, everybody. It's kind of an interesting day today. I am busy with my girls playing tennis. Alan is busy with work. He's actually still at work. Um, i- Interesting day on the market. And it's funny because I told you so never works. Um, I was short all last week and got pounded. I knew it was coming. Um, and finally, I think yesterday or even Monday, I went long. Well, no, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
today's Tuesday. So yeah, I went long yesterday and made money. And the funny thing was, people were saying, because I was reading CNBC, they're saying, oh yeah, they're hoping lower gas prices will have an effect on inflation, and that was their excuse on why the market continued to rise. So um, it's yeah. I mean, even though you know it's coming, it costs money to sit there and wait. If you put shorts on and your shorts, the market doesn't drop right away you'd like it to. Um, so it's an interesting game, and I I'm I I kind of realized something today, and I'll show you um what I did, and then I'll kind of get Alan's take on the market. We only have like about 10 minutes because I have to
Mhm.
run. Um, but I'm finding so like I said, this today was kind of an interesting day. I Someone called me from work 5 minutes before the market opened. I was so upset. Um, I was so, and it's called FOMO, fear of missing out. I was like, man, I need to get in this trade. I need to, look at the markets. I can't be on this work call. And I need to start realizing that the only thing I'm missing out is losing money. Because when you rush into trades and when you force trades or when you chase trades down, um, you end up kind of putting yourself in a tight spot. Um, I was in Triple M today, and actually, I had a really good trade towards the end of the day. I noticed we were up above the 5 minute most of the day. And then I noticed this where we were breaking below. So as soon as we broke below, I I entered in a short and then put a stop up here and then traded it all the way down. Um, I was also in the SPY, and I don't know if I told you guys this, but I'm gonna during early in the week, I'm trading the SPY, the Qs, and the IWMs because they expire 3 days a week. Um, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So on Monday, you're not paying for 4 days of time. Um, so I'd like to say they end up cheaper, but today was a serious flush almost from the get-go. Um, if you look at the 5 minute app for the SPY, it triggered at 9 a.m. Central Time, which is 10 a.m. So, and I got in, and I think it's this candle. I got in at 9:02 and watched it come down. Um, and I made a little bit, but as soon as it started turning, I got out. But then what I noticed, and if you look at this chart, I put a line where it bounced. And this dotted line, if you notice, it bounced up, never came back to the 5 minute, went down, and then tested that line before dropping again. So I found that kind of interesting. I was in the 391 puts, I was in the 390 puts, and right about here, we were down 2.5%. And I'm like, there's no way it's gonna drop all the way down to 391. And even though it didn't, um, those puts that were $50 here at towards the open ended up towards 200 or $200 maybe. So at least a triple. So I need to stop telling myself there's no way this can happen. There's no way this huge drop can happen because um, we're seeing it more and more. Um, we're seeing these gaps, gap, 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 gap. Um, so I'm kind of interesting to hear Alan's take on what he expects tomorrow and the rest of the week. If we go down and test these lows. Um, before that, however, I have another bit of information, and I have to thank Brett for getting back to me. Um, I know some of you trade based on moving averages. If you notice, they're crosses. So if this short-term moving average crosses above the longer term, go long. And if it crosses below, go short. Now I'm working on an app to alert you to those crossovers. You'd be able to pick what time frame on your charts. You'd be able to pick what how long your moving averages are. So I've just started it, and I'm hoping it develops relatively smoothly, and I can get it out soon, at least into a testing thing. But I also want to look at, because now right now there are two apps: the 5-minute app, the earnings app, which I also use, and then soon to be this third app. And I'm tossing around the idea that if you subscribe to both, or in the long run, if you subscribe to three, then maybe some sort of discount. But I'm not exactly sure how that would work yet. I don't know if I can automatically do that. So stay tuned. If you're interested in the moving averages, let me know. You may be one of the first to kind of test it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna give Alan the floor. Like I said, get his take on the market. I'm sure he expected this drop. Not sure if he, well, the CPI came out today, and I think that's what triggered this huge sell-off. Because when I woke up and looked at the futures, they were green. And I think 7:30 Central is when CPI came out. So, Alan, how would you do today? What are you trading?
Well, everything was short. I went. So interesting enough, I said look for the 10 o'clock reversal, and so it actually did reverse, but it was very short lived, about 20 minutes. So I was long, and then I got out of the longs. Made a little bit of money on each one, and then I went short. But the interesting thing is that this was totally unpredictable because the markets were up 200 points in futures. And then when it came out about this, it totally went south. Now, I personally believe that we go up tomorrow, but we might go down first. And it would only be a knee jerk from Europe.
Hmm.
This makes no sense. The inflation went up 0.1% of 1%. That's nothing. I mean, it should not have gone down this much. And if you think about the insanity of it, the reason that the market dropped is because they think that the interest rates are going to go up. 0.1%, the market shouldn't respond to that at all. But it is kind of interesting with how much gas dropped that we were actually up at all. So what
Yeah.
I'm playing and what I'm seeing right now, I like Rite Aid calls. That's kind of one of my big ones that I jumped into. They were actually green all day. I think Save, SAVE calls would actually do pretty well. I like the Triple M calls. And then I like the Google calls and the US Steel calls. Now, with that said, I'm hedged right now to see what happens tomorrow morning. I mean, what I do and what you should do is that when I go ahead and play something, I would never play longs, and I certainly wouldn't buy anything expensive till you go ahead and see what the market's going to do tomorrow. But when you go ahead and have news, let's say when the Fed went ahead and said we're going to increase interest rates by 0.75% of 1%, that's bad news. So when the market rallies 600 points, I'm all buying shorts the next day because I know that's bad news and they misinterpret it. I think we're the same spot. I think they misinterpreted what happened. I think we go up 500 points at open tomorrow. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter what I think. We're going to see what the market thinks.
Right.
SMA is a great way to determine what the markets will do. We had a big run. Our simple moving averages were way too overextended. And Brian's got the app that's going to solve all our problems.
Yeah, I think the shorts were just looking for a reason to punish how bullish we've been the past 3, 4 days. Um,
It's
and I
all
think,
it's all overextended. If you could bring it up on a Fidelity chart or any chart there is, you'll see that it's way overextended.
yeah, and I
Uh,
don't know. I was gonna say I don't know what averages I have on this. Um,
um, well, all we gotta do is let's just look at your standard. Your standard, your Dow, um, or your SPY. DIA is your Dow averages. SPY is your averages. The thing
yeah,
is that there's no question in my mind. The thing is that we went ahead and just got a little too overextended. You can't go ahead and have you went way up on Thursday, Friday, Monday. I
yeah,
mean, there's going to be a pullback. Um, we're still below the 200-day average, so we're still in a bearish market. Um, but you see on that yellow line, isn't that your uh,
that's the 20. So we have the
yeah,
10, the 20, and the 200. Yeah,
yeah, but so the thing is that uh your stocks were always run to the 10-day average. Do you see how it dropped back to the 10-day average?
yeah, right, and split in the middle.
Yeah, your long term is you put that on 3 months. I don't know if you'll be able to do that. If you put that on 3 months, that'll give you where the market should be.
Yeah, 3 month, 1 day. So rally up to 407.
Yeah.
So
So we'll see tomorrow the knee jerk reaction. And so I'm looking for some excitement tomorrow. I'm hedged, so I don't really care if it goes up or down. Um, and the thing is that um, basically I was neutral today. I didn't really make or lose any money. Unfortunately, if I had to do it all over again, if the market didn't drop so quick, I would have been, short a couple thousand. And then, which I got out of those plays. That's the problem. I don't know. I was short several stocks today. I was short Cliffs, U.S. Steel, um, but I didn't hold them. So I don't know.
yeah,
Um,
same here. I was a little too quick to sell. And odds are, and then I gotta go, but odds are if today wouldn't have been such a down day, I think Triple M would have been bullish and would have been green.
yeah, I think you're right.
Because it tried to hold this 5 minute high for most of the day. It bounced, it bounced, it bounced until it just couldn't hold anymore. So um
Sweet.
yeah, so I hate to cut it short. Like I
Yeah,
said,
well, we're looking forward to that new app, man. You rocking and rolling there, Brian. Uh,
I have to
they-
work on it.
yeah,
And yeah, and like I said, if you trade the moving averages, if you're interested in the moving averages, if you're interested in the MACD or the RSI, reach out to me and we'll see how soon I can get this into your guys' hands to kind of to
yeah.
play with it
Simple
and
moving
test.
average, I think it's going to be the huge one. So
Yeah,
focus on that. I never really did too well with the RSI or the other one. So
yeah.
sounds good.
Okay, doke. Bye, everyone. Have a
All
good
right, we'll
night.
see ya.
Thanks, Alan.
All
And
right.
we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds
Bye,
good.
everyone.